What is alternative metal?
Well, I don't think you trust in my self-righteous suicide.
No, really. What is alternative metal?
Pepperoni and green peppers, mushrooms, olive chive.
Pepperoni and green peppers, mushrooms, olive chive.
Me therapy, therapy, advertising causes me therapy, therapy, advertising causes me therapy, therapy, advertising causes therapy, therapy, advertising causes.
There seems to be a lot of confusion about it. I want to distinguish it from similar genres, so I will be covering a few of them. System of a Down is the iconic band of alternative metal, and I'm not sure any other band, before or after them, has ever purely embodied the sound. In particular, their album Toxicity. They blend alternative rock and metal and have a beautiful duality because of it. Not just because of the gorgeous vocal harmonies.
All the world I've seen before me passing by.
Not just because they contrast intense extreme passages with softer, mellow components.
Breathing each other's lives. Dreams are made winding through my eyes. Through my eyes.
But also because they are simultaneously comedic and serious, which is something difficult to pull off.
Pull the tapeworm out of your eyes. Hey! Pull the tapeworm out of your eyes. Hey! Pull the tapeworm out of your eyes. Hey! Pull the tapeworm out of your eyes. Hey!
There are comedy metal bands such as Psychostick, who themselves are somewhat alternative metal.
Not for your soul empty. Good food is so tempting. I've got 3 more days till I get paid. Take away my suffering. I can't go on with things this way. There's only so much that I can take. I'm eating ramen noodles.
But most metal bands are serious, or at least not intentionally funny. It's quite a rare case that a band can write songs about serious topics and be taken seriously, yet makes you burst out laughing in the next track.
My cock is much bigger than yours.
My cock can walk right through the door.
With the feeling so pure.
It's got you screaming back for cool. And denial with the cool regulators smoking cigaros.
System of a Down took their alternative metal sound in a more emo direction on their following albums, particularly on Mesmerize.
You and me will all go down in history with a sad Statue of Liberty and a generation that didn't agree.
And Hypnotize.
Such a lonely day, and it's mine. The most loneliest day of my life.
And later just dropped off the face of the earth, as we all know. However, Serge Tankian, the band's main vocalist, carried on the spirit of the genre on his first solo album, Elect the Dead.
Antidepressants, controlling tools of your system, making life more tolerable, making life more tolerable. We all need your hypocrisy, execute real democracy, post-industrial society, the unthinking majority.
Toxicity and Elect the Dead, however, are pure examples of alternative metal albums. Most alternative metal bands are more mainstream, being fusions with other genres, the most common fusion being with post-grunge. Bands like 3 Days Grace Breaking Benjamin,
You're so cold, keep your hand in mine. Why
and Seether are of this style.
Your dollar bills and leave your thrills all here with me. And speak, but don't pretend. I won't defend you anymore, you see.
Post-grunge itself is considered butt rock, with bands like Nickelback representing it.
Look at this graph.
So these bands are less wacky and more radio-friendly. This was a quite popular version of alternative metal in the early 2000s.
Well, this is the part of the song where I talk about emotions. And this is the part of the song where I sing about how I feel so cold inside. And this is where my producer told me to say yeah.
Many would call all of this music nu metal. So let's go back a bit and define the variations of alternative metal. First, there is funk metal. This is by far the most straightforward one. Just as 2 + 2 = 4, funk plus metal equals funk metal. It began in the 1980s with bands like Faith No More, and Living Colour.
I tell you 1 and 1 makes 3. Oh, I'm the cult of personality.
It is very bass-driven, and is so accessible, it is generally considered rock music more so than metal, but it can get pretty heavy at times.
Surprise! You're dead! Guess what? It never ends. The pain that tormented, torture, profanity, nausea, suspect, corrosion, commitment, and you can't get away.
Thematically, it is a lot more goofy and lighthearted than metal usually is. Most comedy metal bands are funk metal influenced, such as Psychostick, who mix alternative metal with funk metal.
Boobs should always be in my face, so bring them over to my place. Guys know what it's all about. Victoria, your secret's out. I wanna grab them, I wanna shake them, I wanna nom-nom, because boobs. I wanna squeeze them, I wanna slap them, I wanna punch them, because boobs, because boobs.
Now, the band Prong is arguably the first alternative metal band. They took many metal styles, such as thrash metal, groove metal, funk metal, and industrial metal, and made it into their own style.
I like my revenge, best of cold, for a lack of respect and a lack of my soul. Best of cold.
Proto-alternative metal bands like Filter, Helmet,
Your contribution left unnoticed. Some association with an image.
and White Zombie followed suit. Nu metal is probably the most misused metal genre name. It tends to be used as a broad net to describe any alt metal band. However, it is also applied to a very specific sound that Korn had on their debut album. This sound being a mix of groove metal, grunge, and hip hop.
like to touch inside all the things that you hide. What's the problem? Can't you seem to set you these problems that hunt and taunt you?
Do you ever sit outside your fears, thinking about your life, thinking about your interference?
In contrast to the light-hearted funk metal, this raw nu metal sound often has a more disturbing vibe to it, touching on themes of childhood trauma and abuse.
Different in this normal world. Why did you tease me? Make me feel upset. I am ugly. Please just go away.
I'm just a faggot! I'm just a faggot! I'm just a faggot!
Korn and OTEP are examples. It is definitely the odd one out of the bunch, as most alt-metal is somewhat humorous. However, Korn themselves later experimented with both funk metal and alt-metal, which is why Korn is so memeable.
Y'all want a single say fuck that. Fuck that, fuck that. Y'all want a single say fuck that. Fuck that, fuck that. Y'all want a single say fuck that.
Y'all want a single say fuck that. Fuck that, fuck that. Y'all want a single say fuck that. Fuck that, fuck that.
I guess comedy and tragedy are two sides of the same coin, after all.
Ring around the roses, pocket full of posies. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. Hit me club because I'm not from your town now. Hit me club because I'm not from your town now. Hit me clown.
Rap metal is another one that gets confused a lot. It is distinct from all the others, as you can rap over pretty much any other genre, from crossover thrash
I'm on your case, I'm in your face, making you your father back and forth. Stop on sucker, understand? I'm the man, I'm bad, I'm so bad I should be detention. I'm the man!
to degent, or gent, however you want me to pronounce it.
Times are hard, aspirations of life, gotta choose a path. Hold on, hurricanes and shooting stars. One more earth takes me with open arms. I'm looking from the other side on the front, right, an outcast. Hit the sound from the blood. Catastrophic to the amp, pop a couple notches, put your hands up if you got it.
I'd consider Limp Bizkit to be pure rap metal, but if I were to be more technical, they are rap meets alternative metal.
It's just one of those days where you don't wanna wake up. Everything is fucked, everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you wanna justify ripping someone's head off.
I have made a rap metal video back when I had about 20 subscribers and wasn't expecting a controversy, but I suggested that rap metal has no actual substance to it, and I included Linkin Park in the video. Now it probably goes without saying that it is a bit unfair to compare a song like Numb to a song like Nookie.
I won't lie, that I can't deny. I did it all for the nookie. The nookie, come on, so you can take that cookie and stick it up your head. Stick it up your head. Stick it up your head. Stick it up your head.
Linkin Park actually does have some depth to it. However, Linkin Park is also not straight up rap metal. They are also arguably alternative metal, emo, and hard rock as well.
So let mercy come and wash away what I've done. I'll face myself to cross out what I become.
Just as Marshall McLuhan says that the medium is the message, I believe that the genre is the message. There is a reason you hear country songs about beer and trucks, but virtually never hear operas about these topics. I still stand by the fact that rap metal generally has little to no substance to it. However, Linkin Park is not just rap metal, so I understand how someone could be deeply moved by their songs. But no one will claim that Nookie or I'm the Man has saved their life. That said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with enjoying substanceless music either. Actually, yes there is. I am officially setting up a no fun zone. Do not enter. Serious business only. Avant-garde metal is an interesting one. It is too weird to be alt metal. It has some similarities to prog metal, but is also too weird to be that. Unexpect sums up the noise nicely. Post-metal I covered already in another video, but my description was lacking. In addition to what I said in that video, post-metal is also more atmospheric than alternative metal, and takes more influence from doom metal, and usually has long songs, much like progressive metal. Neurosis is an example.
Of trees never seen.
Some bands are a mix of styles, such as Deftones, who mix alternative metal, post-metal, and sometimes rap metal. In addition to all of these offshoots, many hard rock bands in the early 2000s were fusions of alternative metal. These hard rock alternative metal hybrids include Disturbed, and Godsmack. This became a template of heavy mainstream music in the early 2000s. Evanescence mixed that sound with gothic metal.
Wake me up inside. Wake me up inside. Call my name and save me from the dark.
And Avenged Sevenfold, on their self-titled album, mixed that hard rock alternative metal sound with melodic metalcore. I don't necessarily begrudge anyone who uses the term nu metal to describe these bands. It is used the same way that heavy metal can be both used to describe metal as a whole, but also can specifically refer to the new wave of British heavy metal bands like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. There is some synecdoche to these terms. However, I would define true nu metal as that particular style that Korn has.
Yes, I know you're a person close to me. Who do you think you are? What do you want from me?
What do all these subgenres have in common? A degree of absurdity. It is absurd music for absurd times. No surprise, then, that the genre became popular at the turn of the century. The postmodernism of the 20th century resulted in a world without meaning. The 21st century is proving to be one of metamodernism. We strive for meaning, but exist in the postmodern condition. The only way out is through. Everything, nowadays, is ironic, and it seems to take delving through layers and layers of irony to strike any sincerity. You may notice many alternative metal songs have become popular memes in pop culture. After all, we could use a good laugh.
I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4. I can only count to.
We shall fight irony with irony, like we fight fire with fire. To find true meaning, our acculturation will continue as we ask ourselves, what's in a meme?